deadly Labor Day weekend in Chicago as President Trump continues to set his eye on the city, threatening to send in the National Guard as early as this week. At least 52 people have been shot in Chicago over the Labor Day weekend. 7 of those victims died.
The violence included 3 mass shootings that happened at Haddon in California, in Chicago's Humboldt Park neighborhood, and 2 in Chicago's Bronzeville neighborhood, 35th and State and 36th and Cottage Grove. ABC 7's Jasmine Miner talked to people in Bronzeville about concerns about 2 mass shootings happening within 48 hours.
Many here in Bronzeville describe the neighborhood as on the come up, and they say they're not going to let the violence stop the positive work they're doing. For one woman, that means keeping kids healthy, active, and on the field.
Come on.
We're gonna push through because it disservices the kids.
Alexis Hawthorne, owner of the top-tier university football youth program, says even gun violence won't keep her from serving kids in need. Their practice comes just a few hours and down the road from a mass shooting early this morning. 5 people were shot near 36th and Cottage Grove near Ellis Park, including a 17-year-old who is in critical condition.
At the end of the day, to have one person that was critically injured and 4 folks in the hospital, whatever the situation was, it was senseless.
It is the second mass shooting in Bronzeville in the last 48 hours. The other happened on Saturday night near 35th and State, where 7 people were hurt during a drive-by. Those like Alderman Pat Howell are taking action, telling ABC 7 in a statement, "I have long asked for additional police manpower to deal with large illegal gatherings and pop-up parties that routinely occur throughout the Bronzeville neighborhood." It follows Mayor Brandon Johnson signing an executive order this week to avoid the Trump administration from sending the National Guard into the streets of Chicago.
Us as people, we can come together and fix it out on our own. We don't need no one to come here and, wreck shack our community.
Others think the troops could help.
I got kids, and I want to see the community better. I run every day out here. I exercise out here. So for the street to be safer, I think it's really good.
Peace up to the family. This is your brother Samal here for another one. And unfortunately, we got to report on some bad news. But before we get into it, I want to say top of the day, good afternoon and good evening, wherever you guys might be in the world. Welcome back to the Artist Journal. And for those of you who don't know, my name is Brother Samal here, reporting from Diani, Kenya. It's a coastal region of Kenya. We are 10 hours drive outside of Nairobi, and we are here at one of our art shops, workshops / gallery. This is where people come to network, fellowship, just vibe out. We consider it our village here in Diani. We got some vibes unfolding. It's still a work in progress. You just missed the monkey, just ran past me. I'm telling you, this is some vibes, family. Before we get into it, please go ahead and hit that like, share, and subscribe to the platform. Like I said before, we got some unfortunate news that I'm hearing that the family has experienced over Labor Day weekend. Over 52 people shot in Chicago, and 7 people was unalived. 7 people did not make it. And you always wonder, how did we come to this point where we look at each other with disdain and we hate each other to the point where I would sit back and plot on my own brother, that I would look and I would be seething with hate. I was watching a debate actually yesterday about how hip hop is destructive to the black community. So the topic was around, is hip hop destructive, or is it because out of poverty and the ghetto that we was placed in, did that foster the violence that we are succumbing to. And the consensus was that there's some big fish, there's some other things that's going on a world scale that put projects in place, that put the ghetto was actually a created experiment. And they call it a project because it was just that. They wanted to displace a people, put them in an impoverished environment called the ghetto, flooded with drugs, and flooded with liquor stores everywhere. And we'll see if they can find their way out of this situation, which to this very day, I don't feel like we get it. I don't think the lion understands that he is in a zoo. And even if you was to unlock the gates of the zoo, the lion will stay in his so-called space. A space of, what they call it, it's a Hebrew word called lehakder, to be fenced in, barricaded in, captivity. The lion, our people in the Americas don't understand. A lot of us through the Nation of Islam, the Baha'i community, the African Hebrew Israelite community of Jerusalem, these vehicles where truth is disseminated, a lot of our people are waking up to the fact of what the projects, what America has done and continues to do to our people. But I would say the majority of us in the lands of the captivity is still under the illusion of this so-called American dream, that I have to step on my brother's neck in order to level up. I don't see my brother as a brother, I see him as an op. And one of the things that I really liked about the debate that I watched between Brother Sanchez and Captain Tazariak is Tazariak said, which I love the way he articulated, he said, man, I hate that term called YN. If you guys don't know what YN is, you will hear a lot of people online talking about the YN this, the YN that. And it's an abbreviated term for so-called young niggas. And what that does is continue to keep us in a lehakdir state of mind, or to be boxed in to being a nigga. Because what a nigga does is do what master tell him to do. Niggas don't think outside the confines of the plantation. So you would have a Labor Day scenario of 52 people being shot and 7 people being unalive. Because we no longer see each other. It's kind of a funny thing. Because when I had the privilege to travel to Ghana for the very first time, to travel to Africa, I said, man, this is interesting. Because I saw a lot of people, a lot of brothers in the village would be in the village and they'll be kicking it, talking, laughing, and a lot of them will be drinking palm wine. And it reminded me of how the brothers do things on the corner in America, the inner cities. So it's the same village concept, but we've demonized it, and it has become destructive. So in Africa, it's an endearing thing. We in the village, we doing our thing. You know, a lot of affairs of the community or the village is handled outside sipping on palm wine. But in the Americas, everything has been dumbed down. And like I said, because we exist in the projects, there's a desperation kind of spirit. There's an energy where I have to get one up on you. And there's the mindset, it's a mindset of, man, nigga, I got mine, you got to get yours. And I don't like using these terms, family. That's why you see me kind of struggling, because I was taught the energy ramifications of using such low-level vibrational terms. And I only use it for a reference point so the family can kind of relate to what I'm trying to express to you guys. So to this day, on Labor Day, we talking one day, family. We talking over a course of a weekend. 52 people get shot. Unacceptable, fam. Unacceptable. I don't want to come reporting these things to the family, but these are the things that's still going on in the Americas. And these are the reasons that our people are looking for something better. Why? Because we deserve better. We deserve better, family. It said that when you know better, you should do better. So we know better. And prayerfully in the future, family, we do better. Jah know. This is your brother Samal here. I want to say I apologize for the uploads also. Had some technical difficulties with uploading videos, so bear with us. We kind of back on it, so you will see more videos come out more frequently. And I admonish you guys, please feel free to drop a question or comment in the chat. All of our contact information is in the description. If you want to talk to myself, please feel free to email me and we could chop it up. Like I said before, we are here in Kenya. And yeah, family, the QR code is on the screen. You already know. If you're here, if you've been hanging out, you know what to do with the QR code. This is your brother Samal here. I'm going to tune out just to tune back in. Jah know.